From the front entrance to the front lines, go behind the scenes of America's most renowned restaurants on their busiest nights as we discover the magic behind the menu. A journey that takes you out of the everyday and into the fire.
Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Threw out of a pan, Chef. Just throw it away. Get rid of it. I really want to ask you all before we get started, how many people here have graduated culinary college? It's quite a lot. We are not a culinary college. We don't profess to be. We take care of in the region of 1,800 guests a day, 3 times a day, and that's our prime focus. We say here in this program that there are 2 types of individuals who sign up for this program. Those that want to do the program and those that want to say they did it. You've got to decide whether you want to do this program or whether you just want to say that you did it.
My name is Brian Kelly. I'm from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I'm a junior apprentice. What you learn here is not taught in any culinary school or in any kitchen throughout the country. Greenbrier apprentices are so well sought out in the culinary world because they've got skills that are unparalleled and are really nailed down, very solid basics when it comes to cooking.
My name is Andrea Mallon, and I have been cooking for about 8 years. I'm usually here, I'd say, about 12 hours to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week if we don't have a showing. If we do have a showing coming up, 7 days a week, 14, 15, 16-hour days. Sometimes you just can't deal with it, or some people just lose it. It does add up, and it does just break some people down and very quickly.
My name is Jacco Smith. I'm from South Africa. My first season at the Greenbrier was very challenging because I just walked into the apprenticeship program and I didn't know what I was going to get myself into. At the Greenbrier, they don't settle for second best. They don't just have an excuse because it's not good. We got to do it the professional way and the right way.
How's everybody doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay. Okay, we're going to have around 350 people tonight. I'll check the flows on it. I'll inform you of what time they're all coming in, okay? I want to get the counts on this. Everybody, who's fresh on the line? You are, and you are.
Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, the most important thing is making sure the station is completely clean. This is my first time tonight with Mike on the line, so I'm going to just train him and make him a little confident working this line. So here we have our batten and carrots. Yep. And then we have our asparagus. Okay. The whipped potatoes, if that's done already.
All right. Where do we set these guys?
Okay, you're gonna set them up, yeah? Just take 3 per, and then just line them nicely up.
You count them?
Yeah.
Just getting the asparagus organized. I would be the asparagus organizer. The asparagus is not organized. Okay.
You come in thinking you know the world and thinking that you're the best because you just graduated from culinary school and that you're going to be this big thing, and you come in and you're at the bottom of the list. You need to earn the respect here, and you need to work and push and grow.
Well, the apprenticeship program is an opportunity for us to hire young people, primarily coming from culinary schools, to hone their skills and to really use the hands-on experience. By bringing young people into our system and paying them for a 3-year program, we provide them with what I would refer to as a finishing school. At the same time, we're the benefactor as well. Instead of using second cooks and first cooks, we end up using apprentices.
How long, Chef? You got a little bit too much spinach on there. Chef, steady on with that. The one you're thinking up there looks like it's grainy. Give him about 5 minutes in the oven and then flip them. Chef, stop. Jesus, go get a carving knife, will you? Everything that arrives on your plate, whether it's good or bad, is a direct correlation to state of mind of the guy putting it together. If you get food that's vibrant, jumping off the plate with color, and the flavors are all there, that is a measure of commitment for the individual who's put it together. If it comes out and it's bland, insipid, doesn't look like anything, You can be guaranteed that that's the state of the mind of the individual in the kitchen. Mr. Paris, I think you're a lovely guy, but that plate's not working for me, Chef. Here's a look at your
Chef Timmons will be your best friend, or your worst enemy, whatever one you prefer.
Now get that sauce through a chinois. Okay, it looks like, and reboil it. It looks like it's got jelly in it.
My first impression of the Greenbrier was that,
How are
oh
you?
my gosh, this place is huge. I've never worked in a kitchen of this size.
The very first day I walked into this place, I remember seeing people actually running, grabbing stuff to get back onto their station, and just hearing chefs yell to get ready and get set up, and going back to my house thinking, what did I get myself into today?
They spend 4 weeks at a time in a block in various departments. They'll go to the pastry kitchen, butcher shop, golf club kitchen.
We work with the charcuterie chef. We also work the line upstairs.
In your senior year, you're the head. You're leading all the parties, all the banquets.
All you need to do is start with 1 or 2 cans of veg right off.
When they're ready.
I'm in my tavern rotation. I'm working the fish station. I take care of all the mise en place, all the garnishes, and just getting that station set up.
It's an introduction and a 4-week working residency in either sauce making or pâtés or in butchery work or in filleting fish or in dealing with a fine dining restaurant that puts them in there and makes them achieve within that setting. It's a very practical situation, and it's a very realistic situation that they're going to find out pretty quickly whether they are or are not up to the mark. In a lot of European kitchens, and certainly in a lot of American kitchens, younger apprentices will have a hand in some of the dishes, or in some part of a dish. Here, as they work on the line, they're going to have a responsibility for an entire entree. Finish it in the oven now.
Okay, Mike. So we're gonna go 1 bowl for the carrots and then the other bowl for the asparagus, per plate. So 4 and then 3 asparagus. Sure plate's coming up.
Chef, hi. I realize you're a really busy man, but this dish is supposed to be heated in the oven. So when you put those 3 slices of cheese on there, the bottom of that galette goes onto a plate and goes in the oven. The cheese is supposed to be warm, not cold. We have a system where all of the entree plates for the evening are put in the pass from each section. They're then taken a look at by the sous chef. They're going to taste sauces. We're going to take a walk down the line and see where everybody is. Make adjustments for opening up at 6:30 and saying, here's what you need to achieve by that. It takes a little more liquid. I mean, it's just...
I want to make sure we have enough broccoli on this.
He also mentioned something about more beef on the plates.
Yeah, it looks like...
It's not here now, okay? It's not good enough.
Remember the carini mushrooms?
Yeah.
They needed to be added back into it, chef. And you need more liquid, chef.
This dish is you? Oh, my God.
Just a little neater in the center. Put down your veg the way you talked about, and then just drizzle the sauce around. You've got a ton of sauce. Did you get any more sauce out? Just make sure you got the rest of the ingredients, right? Let's get the fennel in first. It's going to take a little bit longer to cook, right? Chef, bring the pan across. There you go.
I would say the hardest thing to learn and to perfect is sauce making. I mean, it's totally the backbone of everything. It's the fundamentals. If you put out a steak, and just a plain piece of steak, and you put this magnificent sauce on the plate, that's what's going to make it.
Put it into a new pot. Let it sit just on the very edge of the stove until it begins to bubble and skim off all of the fat that comes to the surface. Strain it through a chinois into a container. Bring it up to boil. A chinois into there.
Most of us will have to start in our senior year doing sauces, which means that we have to make sauces for every item on the main kitchen line, anywhere from 16 to 28 sauces, from start to finish, from 2 o'clock to 5:30. It's a lot of grueling work, a lot of heavy lifting. Chef Timmons will be on you like glue.
You get a bit salty, Chef.
I don't put any in there, I promise.
All right. It needs to be thicker. So the difference between the really good ones and the average sauces are going to be probably having the confidence to stop throwing junk into it. You get a young tongue that's tasting it saying, well, it doesn't taste what I think it needs to be. They start adding in more junk and then they just mask everything. What are you making?
It was a veal.
What is it now?
What's that, sir?
What is it now? It's syrup. Get some light chicken stock in on top of that.
Okay.
But what you're making is wallpaper paste. Chef.
We got about 230 coming in less than 45 to an hour, okay? So we're gonna gear them up. Okay, everybody. How's everybody doing? Okay. Okay, we're gonna have around 350 people tonight.
If you look closely at 6:30, 6:45, at the responses you get at the evening meeting, you're gonna see those that are ready, and those that are not ready, and those that just aren't sure whether they are or not. That would be the first red flag of the evening.
Everybody ready to roll? Okay. Let's have a good evening tonight. The guest doesn't care if you're in the craps or anything, okay? They want to have a perfect plate, and that's what I'm looking for. So let's have a good night tonight, and that's it, okay?
Come on, guys, you got 5 minutes. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it.
Jennifer, come on up here and do the beans, please. Season them, stir them up, please. I want you to put a small amount of beans on the back side here. Want the piece of fish to come onto the side of the vegetables, and want the beef to lay onto the risotto. I want it tight, concise, and neat, okay? We need to make 33 of them. 33, I'll put the plates down. We ready to go now? Okay?
Some of the clientele, some of the guests that are here at the Greenbrier actually didn't realize we're going to be opened up so early. Therefore, the reservations are kind of light.
190 by 7.
Hey, Frank, you're 2 in the hole already, right? You know that? Best get on it, chef. When the waitstaff take an order, that'll give you somewhere in the region of 20 minutes before they come looking for the entree.
We do have a scoreboard that helps us to control how many dinners we're doing. It's almost like a baseball scoreboard. Each person on the line has a dish. Each dish is numbered. As the people come in, you'll see a total number. You'll see an estimated number by where your number is.
The individual who's producing that particular dish simply watches that square on the board and figures out where they need to fire more food, just essentially where they are throughout service. Because it's going to take about 10 minutes for an appetizer and 10 or 15 minutes for a salad. So the general entree time for cooking is going to be about 20 to 25 minutes. Most of the items that we put on the menu are either pre-prepared or they'll be entree items that take no more than about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. Duck breast, piece of fish, tournedos of beef. All of those items are low cooking times and don't take that long. So if you fire it as soon as it hits the board, 10 minutes later it's going to be cooked. Coming off, you've got a couple of minutes to rest it, and then you're going to put your entree up, and it should be just in time that the waitstaff are looking for it. Jesus. Just leave it there for 1 second, chef. Frank Paris, do you want to see this plate now, or do you want me to just do all your plates for you? Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Five 5:30, 6 o'clock, everybody's getting their prep done, and everybody's pretty much on track. And then 6:30 comes along, and suddenly you've got 120 waiters walking in and out of the kitchen, all of them talking. So the noise level goes up, and then suddenly the stress level goes up, and then they begin to get concerned about whether they're going to be able to keep up. You begin to get that noticeable perspiration that just creeps across here first, and then you see a mild panicked look, and then you say, okay, I need to watch very carefully because this looks like it could potentially be a situation. Chef. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, chef. Oh, what happened? What are you doing with this here, chef? Why is that on full? How many orders do you have?
6.
You got some cream?
180, one lobster. I have enough for 190.
What's going on here, Chefy? Oil? You know that. Burning. Too hot of a pan, Chef. Just throw it away. Basic cooking. Come on, Chefy. Come on. Frank, you can rebound from that. You know, if it's too hot, go with the mushrooms first.
With rare. Medium. No, that's not a medium. Give me a medium, please.
The first one I put up was a medium. That one's... Now all you need is a medium, right? On a different order. I'm sorry, medium well. I gave you the, yeah, I'm sorry. You need a medium rare as well.
What is wrong with this?
I don't know, man.
See what's happening? In a matter of 4 minutes, he's gone from 0 to 15 behind.
Did I get yours?
As you see a line of waiters begin to hover on one station, it's the final red flag that says someone's in trouble.
How many you have? 2, right?
No one that I've been.
You got a line of waiters at a station. Every other station is empty. But it doesn't matter because their food is in and up here. His food's not up yet, so theirs is going to go cold. So you'll end up with it beginning to domino right the way down along the line. These guys are going to have to replate to accommodate him being late.
Katie Drawdy, it's enough time whipping that. I need you out of here on snapper dish.
Okay, who's all waiting on line snapper? I'm waiting for those.
I got 2. You got 4 all day, Katie.
2 all day, thank you.
How many you have? 2, right? These 2 are
No one
yours?
that I've been. Yeah.
Everyone's been waiting.
Yeah.
Everyone's been waiting.
Final entree's on 47.
This board is clicking. There's been about 100 hit that board in the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I think I'm
Chef, I got one more. I want a curve.
I'm on backwards.
Let me show you. Start at 12 o'clock. Come around towards the front of the plate. I want it to come this way. Come up higher and a little bit bigger with it. Practice. That's why you're doing this. I can do it, but I want you to learn. Chef, I'm going to need 5.
Okay, everybody, check your numbers. We're hitting 300 right now.
Is this supposed to have a red garnish on it? Yeah.
Everybody who works in this industry has them where you know one station just goes down. And you toss a couple of sous chefs in there and say, okay, let's get in. Or you can say, we need to move you out of the way and we're going to take care of this and get you back on track.
Who's in a rush? Who needs it right now? 3 right away. 3 right away. Okay, chef, let's get some fish cooking. I got some mushrooms back here. I'm gonna start cooking for you. I'm gonna take him off the line because he has no mushrooms cooking right now whatsoever. Here's your mushrooms, chef. Unbelievable. Right behind you. Okay, I'm gonna say in about 1 minute you're gonna have fish coming out, okay? Put your plates up there and I'll bring them out. Okay. Chester needs to go first. Chef, this spoon ain't working. You need a ladle. Tomatoes, get some tomatoes on there. fine, Chef. Chef, what can I do? Nothing? You're good to go? You got everything?
Had a little action there. That was good.
We can go out with pretty much a successful night, except for the snapper. Had some issues there. The snapper itself is one of those plates for this particular line. It's kind of a plating dish plus a cooking dish. Requires the chef to be on top of his game, making sure that, while he's plating, he has food cooking behind him. When you don't have that happen, you get caught.
They'll come in here with some information that they've gained from culinary college with no real idea as to how it gets used, and they will leave here so confident that there's nothing else that they're going to bump into that will ever scare them. If you've worked in a kitchen and worked on a line that's producing a la carte dinners for 1,000 people in a 2.5-hour period, there's not much that you'll bump into that'll scare you afterwards.
Yeah, I've been yelled at by the sous chefs. But, they want to keep a standard and, and they need to do that. They need to tell me when I do something wrong. I'm going to grow like that as a chef. I mean, I'm not going to do everything right. I want to make mistakes and I want to learn from my mistakes. The Greenbrier has changed my life. It has made my dream come true to become a professional culinarian. The chefs have motivated me, they've guided me, they've taught me everything, and doing things the right way.
I will come back someday, and I will be one of those people that will help the up-and-coming apprentices so that they know that there's people like them, or who were like them, who started off all timid and shy and grow into this crazy chef who just wants to go out into the world and do everything.
The Greenbrier apprenticeship program means to me a lot of pride, a lot of honor. I walk on the shoulders of chefs that have come before me. We all have one thing in common, is we can all say we're Greenbrier apprentices, and that is a huge reputation we have to live up to. That's what it means to me, is it's one big, large fraternity. It's an honor to be able to say that I'm a graduate apprentice.